You're probably wondering how I'm doing this, but I'm at Old Faithful in the middle of the semester. Here are 4 bison. This is Old Faithful right here. Right here. These are bison. This is the area you sit where the platform is and watch Old Faithful, which is right over here. This is Upper Geyser Basin up in here. And you can see other bison on the way down. This is a live camera, web camera. I've maximized it onto my computer monitor. I've been sitting here watching. It just makes me feel like I'm away for the summer up in Yellowstone. You know, you can't buy that kind of experience. Just wish I could smell the geysers right now. My heart's actually beating fast, like I'm in Yellowstone. I was up there about 3 or 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I think, when they were putting this camera on a tree. I just happened to be there the day they were putting it up there, and I asked the guy what he was doing, and he explained, and I was like, wow, that's going to be great. There's actually this is actually live footage of Upper Geyser Basin. This is Old Faithful right here. And Beehive Geyser would be over here. If you round the corner over here, that's where my ashes are to be scattered someday over at Giant Geyser, my favorite geyser in Yellowstone. You'd have to go there to check it out. Castle Geyser's over this way. Oh, I love this place. And to be able to sit here and be there, so to speak, right now is just an amazing, just amazing. I needed a little mental break today. And you can see all the bison working their way down. See them? You can see the steam from the different geysers. My favorite thing is when we get our cabin here in the summer around sunset. I can't take Shaggy with me. He's going to be mad, but I can't because you can't have dogs back in there. And I put him in the cabin, so I walk him around and get him tired elsewhere and then put him back, and then I roll. And I walk this entire geyser basin. And you have to hike along the edge of the woods up here so you can see it to get around to the other side where Giant Geyser is. And it's kind of scary going through there because there are grizz in this area. And it's just so surreal to watch the sunset over Geyser Basin, smell the geysers, just realize that you're like on top of an active super volcano that will at some point be the destruction of part of this continent. It's not if, it's when. You'd have to read about it to understand what I'm saying, but it erupts. It takes, an average, I think it's 650,000 years or something like that, and it's like past due, so it is going to go again. It's just a matter of when. Could be 100,000 years from now. Could be today. That'd be pretty wild to be sitting here. We just see, and then it's like, uh-oh, we've got a couple of minutes before we're going to get choked to death on the ash cloud. I'm not moving the camera. Somebody else is. And they're aware that these bison are here, so they're keeping the camera in the area. It's kind of cool. See them coming across this is the Firehole River right here. It runs through this way, and they're actually crossing, some of them, the Firehole to get over here. And that water in that river is actually hot, of course, because it's coming from these thermal features. Oh, I love it there. I can't. If I was a poet or a songwriter, which I kind of am, I couldn't put it into words how much I love this place and what it does to me when I'm there, and just the feeling of it, the surrealness of it, the peaceful, the tranquility. I can't put it into words. It's impossible. I almost can smell it as I'm sitting here. I like remembering the smell of geysers. It's a conditioned stimulus, You smell the smell, you have good feelings, bad feelings, good experiences, bad experiences, and you learn to associate the smell with the experiences, which of course for me, since my experiences up here are always so positive, I love the smell of geysers. When we get to Yellowstone and you smell it, it's just It's kind of like the Coors Brewery in Golden. When I smell the hops, it has a good sensations associated with it. Or a woman's perfume, or conditioned stimulus. Look at all them walking around. See the steam coming up from the geysers? I actually had somebody ask me, why is that, not there, but from back here, why is the steam coming from out of the ground? Okay, and you're the one that wants to force our students to take biology rather than geology. Okay. Where's the steam from?
You've got mail.
That's how my monitoring.
I should turn the radios off. It's kind of ruining my serenity. I should turn the air conditioner on really cold. Turn all the lights off in here and just pretend I'm in Yellowstone. I wonder how long it would take before I started to smell the geysers. Hold the camera still, I'm getting sick. I feel like we're on a boat. Okay, let me explain where we're at. Old Faithful's over here. Around this way is my cabin that we rent every year. And behind this way is the Old Faithful Inn. Back over here is the Old Faithful Lodge. You can actually hike. There's a trail that goes up this mountain. I hike it to the top without the dogs, of course. They're not allowed on these trails, which is why I like to get the cabin, because I can lock them in there. And I hike all the way to the top of that mountain up there, and there's a lookout point where you can see, this is Upper Geyser Basin. You can see all of Upper Geyser Basin, and then you can see back this way towards the Old Faithful Inn, the Old Faithful Lodge. You can see the Firehole River here. It's just an amazing place. It's scary, especially being alone, because there's grizz up in there. But I don't fool myself to think that if I'm with somebody, that's going to make any difference to the grizz. Like, I better not go over there. There's two people. I'd actually rather be out there by myself. So if I play dead, I'm going to play dead. I'm not going to scream and yell and, you just play dead. That's what you got to do.
Welcome to Brownsville, Texas. Echo link your portal to the South Texas Link System KB5ZCS.
There's a story of a guy and his buddy going hiking here in Upper Geyser Basin, and one of the guys is putting on running shoes. And his buddy says to him, "What are you doing? You're not going to be able to outrun a grizz. That's stupid." And his buddy says, "No, I've only got to be able to outrun you." We're clear.